Now I have to drink water again. Alright, that's much better. Hey y'all, it's Ryukin here, and welcome to No Hesitate, a weekly dose of reviewing stuff. Since I didn't make this series like for 2 weeks now, and welcome back, weekly dose of reviewing stuff. And in this new episode, after 2-week absence of the weekly dose of reviewing stuff here, we are going to take a look at the monitor that replaced my Philips monitor right here. So as you can see here, this is a 203V Philips monitor that I used to have from 2022 to 2024, or today, or this year actually. And well, because 2 months ago, I just got a new monitor for free, which is exactly the one that I mentioned in that blog video where I talk about the new gaming PC, which I also got the bigger monitor for this, which is like an absolute upgrade. How good is this absolute upgrade is, in my opinion? And is it any good compared to the Philips monitor that I used to have from 2022? But despite, actually, I can't tell the difference. This one is smaller, but the other one that I have, or the new one, is bigger. And to find that out, join me in this new episode of the Weekly Dose of Reviewing Stuff today. And so while we hesitate, let's get this video started. And here is an acer monitor. Don't know what the model number yet, but well, we're probably going to figure it out of what the model number for this thing is. But probably I'm gonna say from now, this is an acer monitor. This acer monitor right here, I'm gonna say this thing right here is like the absolute upgrade for me, because despite the size of being slightly bigger than my original Philips that I used to do or used to have back then, here is the comparison. So as you can see here, here is the comparison right here side by side. So y'all can see it is slightly larger than what on the Philips is. You can see that this is 19 inch and that one it is 21 inch. So as you can see that it's slightly larger, just like what I said. And of course, the resolution right here is going to be completely different from what I used to have on the Philips. Okay, so right now I'm jumping right into the settings on my laptop right here. So as you can see that I still have a Ryukin laptop name for this laptop. So and right now I'm going to go into the display, and you can see that right now I have set the display right here to the first one, which is the one that I've selected. And as you can see here, when I scroll to the advanced display options, you can see that it still selects an internal display. So here's an actual name for the acer monitor, which is a S220HQL. When I choose that, as you can see that it's in 1920 by 1080 at 60 Hz. And anti-aliasing mode is 60 Hz. Everything is the exact same. And the bit depth is 8-bit, color format is RGB, and the color space is standard dynamic range, SDR. No high dynamic range for this. Or what about if it becomes a low dynamic range, LDR? The monitor size right here, which it is slightly bigger than the one on my Philips. The one on my Philips right here, which is a 19-inch monitor, but this one here is a 21-inch monitor. But despite it is slightly bigger than the one that I have right here. And also the Philips 203V monitor right here, it has the resolution of 1600 by 900, which back then when I used this monitor right here, I used to have like a 1080p full resolution on this thing right here. But despite it is 1600 by 900, everything is going to be really pixelated when it comes to saying a 1080p on this thing right here, because the resolution doesn't support it at all. But meanwhile, on the acer monitor right here, which it does have a real support for 1080p resolution, which actually the Philips monitor right here, it actually do worse when it comes to doing an upscaling resolution. But this one right here, it is, you know, it's perfect. So everything on this monitor right here is going to be crisp. and no downscaling or no pixelation. So this is going to be a complete big difference for what it was used to be on the Philips monitor. And this monitor right here, it doesn't give you any much of the options that you can actually going to desire here. And well, of course, you got only some buttons right here on the bottom of the monitor to navigate through the settings on this monitor right here that you can set. And of course, when I first got this thing to use right here, I was quite confused a bit when it comes to using the controls. But until now, I'm still confused of what the controls are going to be in, but even though I'll have to be careful enough to get everything to work, or otherwise I will end up hitting a power button and it shuts down the entire monitor. And so with that, it also gives you a really old style display ports like a VGA and DVI port, which these things right here were supposed to be dumped into the past of the decades. But guess what? This thing right here is still live with us. I only used VGA on this, and I didn't use a DVI port on this monitor at all. So I only used VGA because all that I had on the Philips monitor was a VGA display port. And this is why it doesn't give you that much of the choices that you can desire here. And also, this thing right here doesn't even have a mount for mounting on the bracket like the one that I used to have on the Philips right here, which it does have a mysterious screw on the back, which they were like supposed to be mounted onto the wall or onto the stand that is actually custom made or something. And well, of course, this thing right here doesn't even have that, so that's a downgrade. But even though this part is the downgrade, but I didn't even care about that much anymore. But since I will be end up using the stand right here for the monitor anyways. And of course, this is probably a 21-inch with a 1080p full resolution. The picture right here is going to be all crisp in 1080p style, which is what I really like. And there is no downscaling or upscaling to make everything look worse in pixelation. This thing right here, it would end up getting everything right here to work, but except for if my laptop right here does support 4K streaming. Of course, actually for this monitor right here, if I would set it to 4K, it would be end up getting a worse picture that I will see. Like everything right here is going to be really pixelated like the one on my Philips. And well, of course, how well this thing actually performs, well, so I'm going to test that out with something called Minecraft. So as you can see here, we can't even see anything that much on the screen right now because you can see that it's basically a loading screen there. And yep, so, and as you can see here of how good this monitor is, so I'm going to set the exposure for y'all because I think this is going to be too bright the monitor to handle. Alright, so let me get my back face. Alright, I think this is better. And as you can see here, the monitor right here, despite it's a full 1080p resolution, everything right here on the monitor is going to be all in one scale. So there's no upscaling, there's no downscaling to cause the pixelation like what it was used to be on the Philips monitor. So, and for example right here, I'm going to play the one right here on the 1.20.1 Forge right here, which is basically a mod Minecraft here. Alright, so I'm going to test the monitor right here for one time before I get into anything more to use on this monitor. So I think I'm going to change some position right here to get everything into work. Alright, so and I'm going to move the window right here where the Minecraft is loading. Oh, there we go. So as you can see here, here is the mod Forge 1.20.1 Minecraft right here that I'm going to showcase to y'all, but I think not that much. So I'm going to showcase y'all for a bit to show y'all of how good this monitor is when it comes to gaming. And for the same idea right here, I'm going to use this right here as when you watch YouTube videos and doing all of the stuff like the video editing or whatever is going to be drawing on GIMP or MS Paint. So this is going to give you the same idea of how crisp the resolution of this thing is. And alright, Minecraft progress. So as you can see here of how good and crisp this monitor is. So but despite this is a 1080p resolution, so there's no downscaling or upscaling like what I said many times in this video. And alright, so well yesterday, so I'm going to test it out with the world right here that I've created. So this is a 1729 A754. Sorry. Alright, I don't care. Just let me play the game. But despite this is going to be a bit laggy. But even though, for what my camcorder sees right now, the resolution right here is not going to be that crisp as what the camcorder sees. But, well, of course, for what I'm seeing right here, the quality right here is really crisp. But compared to what my camcorder sees, you might going to think that the camcorder right here was recording on something like a 720p resolution and it's not even that good. But, well, of course, for all my eyes I'm seeing here, the resolution right here, it is really good. So I'm gonna say right here. Oh, what happened? Oh, come on. So, and here is an example gameplay right here of Minecraft. As you can see here, I have a shock hole. Alright, so I'm going to get some situations to work right here, for example. So, for example situations right here, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to cut down. For example situation right here, I'm going to cut down some trees. So I'm going to pretend like I'm playing a normal Minecraft gameplay. So, and where I'm going to cut the trees down. So, alright. So this is probably when it comes to playing Minecraft on this monitor. So I'm gonna say right here, after like 2 months of playing around with this monitor right here and using a monitor to whenever it comes to playing Minecraft or watching YouTube videos, the quality right here, it is really crisp. So it's really crisp for what on a Philips monitor it was used to be. But this part of Philips monitor right here, it has like the resolution of 1600 by 900, which is slightly lower than 1080p. And I also have a frame rate limit to 50 frame rates per second, which is going to be in accordance to a PAL frame rate of a 60 frame rate. So I'm gonna say right here, the quality right here is really crisp. So you see? Alright. So I'm going to pan down some carrots right here. Alright. Okay, so after I've done testing around with this monitor right here, so I'm gonna say when it comes to gaming, which, well, actually is much better than what I was used to expect from my Philips monitor. So I'm going to cut this end because I just freaked out. Alright, so and when it comes to gaming right here on this monitor, which I'm gonna say it is actually what it is for this monitor, and I'm going to open up the exposure for y'all to see my beautiful face back like this. And yep, we are back. And alright, so what about the conclusions right here after I've been playing around with this monitor right here for 2 months? Well, so when it comes to the conclusion, this monitor right here is an acer monitor from an old internet cafe, along with the other PCs and the other monitors that they were unusable, and some of them were like in the burn condition that is completely unusable. And meanwhile, the other 3 right here, the acer ones, which they were like some sort of a replacement monitor for those of the Samsung monitors, which they were like burned up. I mean, the screen actually got burned up from the heat and all of that stuff. So, and well, of course, this actually eventually replaced my Philips monitor right here that I have. What about what I'm going to do with the Philips monitor? Well, I don't know, but only the future will tell. And also when it comes to my conclusion, this acer monitor right here, by far, this is the one of the best computer monitors that I ever have. But even though despite the resolution right here is a complete 1080p resolution with no upscale and downscale or pixelation from the low resolution to a high resolution. And well, of course, actually I'm gonna say the monitor right here is actually really crisp than what it was. And from now, I will probably going to use this monitor right here for like a long while, and until if I have enough money to buy a new monitor, I'm probably going to replace this one. I mean, actually, I'm going to make it like a bit wider, or maybe if there is a possible, I'm probably going to use an ultra wide monitor. The monitor right here is really crisp resolution and with no downscaling or upscaling. This monitor right here, my fault, this is the one of the best monitors that I ever have, like from Acer, not the Philips. But well, I'm probably going to take care of this monitor right here for the future use if I really want to. So whatever, if I'm going to turn it into a vertical monitor or a horizontal monitor. So it really depends on myself again. So for the future. And alright, so I think this is going to be basically for this video. And well, so and if you like this nonsense stuff from me like this, whether it comes to making reviews on random stuff, making tutorials about the drawings and all of that stuff, and including gaming like what I did in this video right here, so please leave me a like, comment of what you think about this video แล้วก็ที่สำคัญมากเลยนั่นก็คือการกดปุ่ม subscribe สีแดงให้ผมด้วยแล้วก็มันจะเป็นกำลังใจให้กับผมในการทำคลิปต่อๆไปในอนาคตด้วยนะครับแล้วก็2นี้ครับ The videos of reading stuff sign off. So I was really satisfied with this monitor though, so alright, but it was all my opinions after all in this video. And alright, I think this is going to be too much now, so I cut a lot of stuff from the script. But don't worry, this is how I make video these days. And alright, so ก็ขอบคุณท่านผู้ชมด้วยนะครับที่มาติดตามรับฟังถึงตอนนี้นะครับแล้วก็ขอบคุณมากท่านผู้ชมอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับทั้งคนไทยแล้วก็ต่างประเทศด้วยนะครับ so whoever watching this video from the other country, like from you are from the United States, Canada, Germany, or Ukraine, or Poland, or whatever the country that is, I will see y'all there all around. So bye bye สวัสดีครับ Whoa